Hello everybody and welcome out to episode 135 of the Save Slot 3 Gamescast. I'm your host, EOF Gizmo, joined this week by Massive Daz.
Hello everyone.
And Mr. Craig being Craig.
Hi Dave.
Hello Craig.
I'm failing miserably at selling accessibility. I'm really struggling with this.
Yeah,
I couldn't say the movie category,
so
so
adaptation. So I'm gonna be here doing phonetics and phonics for most of the day, but we'll be okay. Well, before we get to the Keeleys, let's talk about the Pengles news desk. Time for some news.
There's 15 things on the news, but you forgot to introduce Craig as the fantasy critic champion.
Well, to be fair, it's not. There's. I've got 3 games to come at least. They could all get like 40 boys.
Yeah, he's the champ. He's the president elect at this point. If Pennsylvania turns, then Craig doesn't win. But we'll talk fantasy. We'll talk the fantasy shenanigans probably next week. We got 5 weeks before Christmas. We need to fill some fucking slots, I think, Pengi. But before that, 15 news items, Pingles. That sounds like an awfully large baker's dozen.
It does. Number 1, Astrobot, all the Speedway DLC is now done. Craigie, what have you thought of the Astrobot 3 DLC?
Well, Pengi, I'm not officially the fantasy critic winner yet.
Yeah.
But I am currently the Astrobot speedrunning winner at the moment for the Save Slot 3. So I've trounced you a little bit there, Pengi.
Yeah, I think you're about 10 seconds in front. I think I can make it up, especially on that especially the last level. That was when the world record is like 28 seconds, and we've both got like a minute on.
Yeah,
like,
it did trump me a little bit, Pen, because I was there thinking I could barely keep up with the Bluebird, let alone the red one. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, how am I physically meant to climb faster here? And then it dawned on me, looking on Google, I was like, I've got to turn the motion controls off, don't I? And just fucking spam left and right trigger. That's what I gotta do. So I'm pretty sure the Astro's Playroom had a speedrunning level which was climbing as well, and I'm pretty sure to do the same thing there.
Cheese.
So yeah,
cheese from Prego.
Went for I think everyone has. I very quickly went from being like 1 minute 45 to like just over a minute, and I think I could take that down quite a bit more if I really wanted to. If I wanted to just sit here for another half an hour and do it. But yeah, no, generally I think it's been really good. I think it's been really fun. I really like the weekly fact that it's like, it's a Thursday or Friday. I'll spend like 20 minutes. My thing I've seemed to do every time, Pengi, is it's when I've got my tea and I'm waiting like 20 minutes for my tea to cook or whatever. I was like, I'll just spend that 20 minutes doing the speed running and beat Pengi, all right? Get my bots. So yeah, I've quite enjoyed the weekly one. There's only really one which I didn't really like, which was the one where you inflate yourself, which I think was the second to last one. That one I literally did just enough to get the 2 bots, and then I was like, I can't even be bothered to beat Pengu's time. I'm done with this. So yeah, it was the only one where I was a little bit like, I don't know if I like that one, but everyone else has been really good quality, I think. And it's a great game, and it's any excuse to go back in is it's always good, right, Pengi?
Yes. And do you think, as you zoom out of the big galaxy map, in the top right is where the speedway is, in the top left is now a big gap, so it's like a nice round circle with this big gap. So you thinking more DLC to fill that gap, maybe free, maybe paid?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. I imagine they've definitely thought ahead with that sort of thing and want to do as much as they can, right, with this.
I would paid like a proper like world again with like 10 proper levels and bosses and a PlayStation themed or third party themed, like
you want that square world, don't you?
Yeah, I want that world.
You want to be saving 2B in a little skirt. That's what you want.
Yeah.
But you won't play the bastard real game, will you?
No, I won't.
Does that segue into another news segment, Pengi?
I can do it, and I will move on to this one. So Nier comes to Stellar Blade on November 20th with 11 new cosmetic items. This will be paid DLC. You need to pay to be able to get a meal in the game. There's also going to be a free update, a photo mode, the new photo mode. There's already a photo mode, but improved one, and 4 regular costumes. And Xenoblade will also come to PC in 2025, and it won all 7 awards at the Korean Game Awards. How's Keely going to trademark the Game Awards when there's a Korean Game Awards? I don't know. It's got Korea in it. So, yeah, Xenoblade, very popular. It's got Nier content. If you're going to play this game, I feel this is more of a Craig game than a Dave game.
I think you're probably right.
Playing it.
And Craig, you wait till you see these 2B outfits, by the way. It's sluttier than 2B, somehow. They somehow made it sluttier than it was in Nier.
Yeah, it's one of those, when it eventually comes to the service, I might give it a go. But I am always apprehensive about these sorts of games. Because 1 minute they're Souls-likes, and 1 minute they aren't Souls-likes, and then they're hard as dicks, but they're not hard as dicks, apparently. And
I was told by someone in work that it's not a Souls-like, it's nothing like a Souls-like, even though it has lots of Souls elements, in my opinion. But but then it kind of reminds me of what I have played of Nier and Nier Replicant a tiny bit. And that PC release, Dave, the modding community are gonna...
Oh, they're gonna do something.
They're gonna do something. I'm going to actually skip to number 6 on my thing. Final Fantasy 16 has sold less than 300,000 on PC, Davey.
Yeah, these PC ports are doing very strange numbers at the moment. I've noticed people just don't seem to be. There seems to be a very big difference at the moment from console gamers and PC gamers, like more than there's been in a long time. But
I've seen a few different discussions on this. So some saying it should have been day and date, and it's old games old, so PC players don't want to buy it. But then I've seen PC players were happy to wait 14 years for Red Dead Redemption. This is only a year. I've also seen everyone that wanted to play this game's already bought it and played it on their PS5, and that's why it sold 3 million on the PS5. So I just don't know what your take is there, Dave.
Yeah, it's difficult because I just think games like this have such a ceiling. If you think of it's about 3 million it did on PlayStation 5. The rumor is that Astrobot did about 1.5 million.
Yeah.
And 7 Rebirth didn't quite hit what they wanted as well. I think it's why Square have said they want to put stuff on Xbox, because even though it's maybe another million, it's just they're more likely to buy that game than perhaps the PC audience is at the moment. But the PC is just very, very, very multiplayer or quick experience games are just doing really well, whereas traditional single player games don't appear to be, at least from the outset. Apart from Black Myth Wukong.
Yes.
I think part of the problem as well is you say I know Red Dead did really well, and things like Red Dead, like God of War, big massive games like that incredibly well received and highly praised. They're probably going to do well. I feel like this was probably a bit more middling. I know it's probably got a very high OpenCritic score, but generally reception wise, I think it's quite divisive game, right? So I can kind of see why this coming out so much later on PC doesn't get much momentum or much excitement going for it. I think if it had come out day and date, it would have done better. I just think, it is hard when you're not that big juggernaut of a game, like a God of War, like a Red Dead, and you're coming out so much later. It's really tough, I think.
I think that's the problem with Square Enix now. They still think Final Fantasy is a juggernaut, where it was, on the PS1, where Final Fantasy VII sold 10 million. I do genuinely think it's a 3 or 4 million selling franchise, which is still huge numbers, when Astro's only doing 1.5 million. But I think they still think it's going to be 10, 20 million, like a Spider-Man, like a Black Myth, when it clearly isn't.
Yeah.
Little bit tagged onto that, Capcom's Path of the Goddess has underperformed, but rest of their 2024 slate is meeting expectations. Craigie, you're the only one that's actually played this on Xbox via Game Pass.
I have also played it, Pengi.
Ooh, have you?
I have. We did talk about it on the podcast, Craig, didn't we, I think?
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame if it has underperformed, because it's a really good game. It's very well made game. It's very fun. There's kind of so much different to a lot of the other stuff that we see coming out, which is quite similar, right?
Yes.
This very much cuts its own path, which is quite nice. So yeah, it is a shame if it hasn't set the world on fire. It definitely deserves to. It's very well made, very very well made, and it's very fun to play. So yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, and I think in the news article that because I saw that news article, I'm pretty sure they said that one of the reasons they think it has done so poorly is because of the way they marketed it. So they're going to try and boost the sales with like sales and different marketing. So I don't think they've abandoned it fully yet. I think it may still have a chance to do more, but I think they were just like this marketing strategy of just having it on Game Pass and not really doing advertisements didn't really work, so we're going to try something else. But it's
Will
fun
you
game.
finally play it, Pengi? Because it's great.
Possibly. It's a good game. I do want to play.
Be great on the portal, I think.
There's no physical. See, if they brought out that physical,
is there not
even
physical?
No, they did it later for Marvel. They did it later for Dead Rising, but not done a physical for Path of the Goddess.
Sad times.
Yeah. What you could also go back and play is Assassin's Creed Syndicate, because that is getting a patch on tomorrow. And it's going to be 4K, 60 frames a second on your Series X and your PS5. Apparently it's going to be PS5 Pro enhanced as well. I don't know what that's going to do on there. And on the S, it's going to be 1080p, 60 frames a second. Are you going back into Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Craigie?
No, I never. This is the London one, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I never played this one because this was right in the middle of my after playing Assassin's Creed France and just being completely done with Assassin's Creed, and it just killed it completely for me.
And you love the French.
Boy, that was a bad game. So yeah, I missed this altogether. I know this is meant to be very good, but realistically, I don't know if I will ever have the time in the world to play it.
What about you, Davey? Because you're going back to some older video games. So what about this? Especially, is going to have a patch.
Yeah, I'm actually, because I'm pretty sure that I have it via Gold on Xbox, and I'm 99% sure it's on PS Plus. So yeah, why not? It's one of those. So I've always heard really really good things about it. Like anyone that's played it is like, oh yeah, it's arguably the best one of the sort of old style games. Obviously post Ezio, because I know. Some people will argue Black Flag, some people will argue Rogue, right? But no one's arguing Unity. But yeah, it's cool they've done this because they did this on Xbox for Odyssey and Origins. They did PS5 patches for them. Xbox Series X and S patches for them. I think they did on PlayStation, but I don't think they did native ports. So it does that weird thing where if you load it up, it has had a patch, but it doesn't tell you it's had a patch. If that's right, Pengi, like the PS4 version of Ghost of Tsushima and God of War 1. Yeah, but yeah, I think it's really cool because it's got the DLC supposed to be really good as well, the Jack the Ripper stuff, and people, like I said, people talk very highly of it. So I might actually check that out because I hadn't heard that. I don't know what I'd play it on though. I don't know if I'd play it on the Series S or I'd play it on PlayStation, because I'd imagine it will run better on the PS5 than it will do on the Series S.
I reckon it's going to be because it's a Xbox One / PS4. I reckon it'd be locked 60 frames, so it's just going to be that resolution, isn't it? That different. But again, it doesn't actually say what the PS5 Pro enhancements is, but that's apparently things. I don't really know what they're going to go. Unless they're going to have 120 frames mode in it or something, I don't know.
Yeah. Did you ever play it, Pengi? Did you ever play Syndicate?
No, I didn't play it.
No, it's one. It's supposed to be the most Batman of all of them, and obviously, as I'll talk about later, I've just played a Batman game, so I might be on there, Pengi.
Yeah, nice. What you could play this week as well is Dynasty Warriors Origins demo will drop this week on the 22nd of November for the 27th anniversary of Dynasty Warriors.
Nice.
So it's coming on the
content for the channel, that is, boys. I tell you right now.
Yeah, so you can play the demo of that on the 22nd of, and the demo is going to be PS5 Pro enhanced, the first demo to be. So
that could be your digital launch title while you wait for a disc drive, Pengi.
Or a demo Dynasty Warriors Origins. So we're going to check this out.
Yeah.
Considering it comes January, a few months away. So.
Yeah, I think I'm still terrified that this game's going to be awful.
I'm terrified it's going to be good, and I'm going to have to pre-order it.
Oh no, that's best case scenario right there, Davey.
I think you're backing Craig.
I hope so.
Yeah. And weirdly, Koei also put out a new trailer for Atelier Yumi as well, but there's no demo or anything for that. So,
Nice.
But even weirder, Sony's done a blog update. There's PSVR 2 news. Who knew?
Yeah, I saw this today, Pengi, and I immediately thought of you, and I was like, do I message Pengi and ask when is it getting bought again? But I thought we'll wait till the poddy. So Pengi, talk us through it and tell us when you're going to get your PS4 Pro enhanced, PS5 Pro enhanced PSVR 2 again.
I won't be. No.
What? Craigo, what?
So
Surely you just sell the one that you don't use and you buy another one that you're not going to use. That's the logical thing to do, right?
Absolutely.
That would be the logical thing to do. So you got a game called, I believe, Ma, which is out now, which is taking inspirations from things like Eco. So that's out today. Out now. You can just go buy that. Then you got Trombone Champion Unflattened coming 26th of November. You got Massive Light coming December 18th. Alien Rogue Incursion coming December 19th, and then Hitman World of Assassination coming March 27th, 2025. So some stuff to actually look forward to if you're one of the 6 people using a PSVR 2.
Nice.
God, I wonder how many people actually are still using their PSVR. Let's say like once a week at this point.
I don't know. I know some of the obviously the VR channels I follow and stuff, but even if all of them are playing it, there's still not many people. But but then it's got to be enough for someone to get the Alien license and make an Alien game. Surely, I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, there's nothing there for you, Dave, to run out because you haven't had a PSVR 2. So
no, probably not right now, Pengi.
Yeah.
If again, like it's the problem is the standard.
It's very, very expensive.
Yeah, and I know that Sony have got no interest in supporting it, so I'm kind of like, it's fine. We'll just wait. We'll wait for other games.
I think if you had maybe like a decent gaming PC, I guess you could go like, I can use it as on the gaming PC and thing. You could use it. I'm going to play Half-Life Alyx, but or something. But yeah, it's not the case. Also on March 27th, I just realised the same day as that Hitman VR game is Atomfall, which should be coming to Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, PC, PS5, PS4, and it will be a Game Pass title. So this is like the Fallout London type game, but not Fallout London. It's just Atomfall is their own thing. Craigie, what about this one for you on the old Game Pass?
Yeah, I'll probably check it out. You're right. It does. It looks like if a load of PC Fallout modders had made a Fallout game, right?
Mm-hmm. They did that. Yeah, they even did that, which weirdly could have been up for the Game Awards, according to their new rules, but wasn't. So there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, no, this does look good when it was revealed, and I think they've shown quite a bit more of it since as well. It looks good and looks quite interesting. So yeah, I imagine I will at least check it out on the old Game Pass when it comes out in March.
Mm-hmm.
Although the start of next year is pretty packed, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I was going to say, it depends what else is March 27th. Well, it's Hitman on VR, but you never know. You never know what could be that. What about you, Dave? You look a bit of Fallout. You look at any.
Fallout.
A bit of Brexit.
I love a bit of Brexit. The newest Fallout games I actually haven't finished. I've only done the old ones because I'm weird. But we'll see. I mean, it's on Game Pass, right? So we can check it out. I know it's got physical PS5 for Chris Pengelly, but
no, not really interested in it myself personally. No,
it's one I'd look at it and be like, okay, cool, maybe.
Yeah. Next one. What we've had a lot of recently, Dave.
Awful political decisions.
No, we've had a lot of Monster Hunter.
Oh, I see.
And there's a new one called Monster Hunter Outlanders for mobile coming soon.
Huge.
Yeah. So I've watched the trailer and it does look very impressive for a mobile game. And mobile games can be like Call of Duty at them now and Genshin Impact, and then it's comparable on that. I am worried it's like, oh, you want a new sword? Is in the gacha machine, not from like hunting monsters or anything like that. But yes, there is another Monster Hunter coming again soon. Craigie, will you be dabbling in the mobile Monster Hunter-ing, or are you just waiting for the full-fledged game?
I will be waiting for the full-fledged game there, Pengi, I think.
Excellent. That's a thing. Also, we had a World of Warcraft 30th Anniversary Direct, and that announced a new expansion for World of Warcraft called Midnights, which will bring houses to the game, so you own your own virtual house. So, Dave, you're gonna own your own virtual house in World of Warcraft?
No, not this time, Pengi. Not this time.
No. Mr. Pandera is coming to WoW Classic. At what point, Dave, do they WoW Classic catches up with regular WoW?
Well, at what point does Cloud... The whole point of WoW Classic was like the first 3 expansions, I think. I don't think people are clamouring to play Mr. Pandaria, because that's after it changed. So I don't really get it, Pengi, if I'm honest, buddy.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd let you know. And then we've got fully remastered versions of Warcraft 1 and 2, and a 2.0 launch for Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3 would be the one I would be interested in playing. I guess that's the same for you, Dave, out of those.
Yeah, absolutely. If it was... did they put these on Game Pass, or is it just you got to buy
them? No, not on Game Pass yet. That is the thing. If they were on Game Pass, I would definitely try Warcraft 3, and I think my laptop would run it, but I'm not 100% sure.
2 looks pretty good. I watched a streamer play 2. Looks quite fun. Yeah, just put all of these games on console with console controls like Age of Empires 2, and people will play them.
Mm-hmm. Would you play them, Craig, if they put it... Let's say they put Warcraft 3 remastered on your Xbox through Game Pass with console controls, so very similar to Age of Empires. Would you play it, Craigie?
Sounds like some PC shit to me, boys.
That's great. Warcraft 3 is like the best campaign of an Age of Empires game. Legitimately, it's like unreal. The campaign for Warcraft 3 for an RTS. Like better, like kind of like Halo Wars, but like way better. Like it's a similar style of game, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. What you might replay, Craigie, is Overwatch has got the classic event happening at the moment for 3 weeks. It's back 6v6. You can have 2 tanks. Are you excited to go back to Overwatch, or is that a no, Craigie?
Probably not personally, but I have actually seen people on my friends list who I know used to play a lot of Overwatch. You know, I haven't seen them playing any Overwatch in a long, long time, and now suddenly playing some Overwatch, so that's good to see at least. But there's maybe bringing some people back. I mean, they never should have changed it in the first place, should they? I imagine they probably realise that now, and they're probably scrambling to maybe change it back, I assume. They probably need to change it back to 6v6 maybe, and get rid of the whole nonsense of queuing for your role or whatever it is. You can only have 2 tanks, and is it 2 tanks, 2 DPS, 2 healers? Like, get rid of that wank.
I thought they even changed it where you basically just have attackers and defenders. I didn't think it was even like the old tank, healers and stuff like that, or support. I thought it's literally this defenders, this is attackers, or something like that. Even more basic than last time I played Overwatch.
Yeah, they just need to get rid of all of that shit. Let the chaos unfold. Let weird metas come up. I still like the old triple tank, triple support shit house tactic, Pengi. Fuck DPS. Fuck little squishy DPS characters. That's what I say. So yeah, maybe do all that, and they might get me to play a few games.
Okay, and I didn't actually have on the news. So what might get you to play games? There's going to be 33 characters, I believe, at launch for Marvel Rivals. So you're not going back to Overwatch, but I guess you will jump into Marvel Rivals right away and try to
give that a go, Pengi,
and figure out which one of the 33 characters is for you.
Well, I'll tell you that, it would probably be a tank or a support. Fuck DPS, like I said.
Yeah, that's the thing. That seems like an awful lot of characters. Like, okay, I'm gonna have to try all 33 of these to figure out which.
Yeah, but you don't, do you? You very quickly, like for me, like personally, I very quickly figure out what kind of role I want to play.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I normally let the good kids who are gonna, get 50 eliminations by the DPS, and I'll do what I can as a tank or a support, and I'll have plenty of fun doing that.
Yeah.
And there'll always be there'll always be a meta, and there'll always be like, oh, okay, if you're playing tank, you're probably, let's say there's 8 tanks to choose from. There'll probably be 3 or 4 of them which are viable, right?
Mm.
And then it will get buffed and they'll drop out, and so yeah, it probably won't be too bad.
No. What about you, Dave? You going back to any Heroes tutor, or are you waiting for Marvel Rivals?
I think you say Concord then.
Yeah, I'm gonna load up Concord. No, I'll wait for Marvel Rivals. I'll wait for you guys to jump in, and I'm sure we'll make a couple of nights of it, and then we'll see if it sticks. I think.
Next one, PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium is for this. Well, actually, will be this week coming. I believe on tomorrow. So on Extra, you've got GTA 5, Dying Light 2, which is also getting a pro patch that day, I think, as well. Life of Dragon Ishin, MotoGP 24, The Sims 4 Island Living, Digimon Survive, Overcooked, Stick Fight the Game, Clash, Artifacts of Chaos, Killer Frequency, Hungry Shark World, and Chivalry 2. Any there for you, Dave?
No, not. No, I don't think so. I was like, maybe
not
Ishin.
Like a Dragon.
Yeah, maybe Ishin, but there's so much Like a Dragon and Slash Yakuza to play already. I mean, it's not a priority, I think. But no, nothing for me, boy.
No. What about you, Craigie?
No, I already own Dying Light physically, so I don't have to worry about that on the PlayStation. Ishin obviously doesn't have an English dub, so that doesn't really interest me. I'd rather play like Lost Judgment or something like that, which does have an English dub, which I haven't played yet. GTA, I love GTA 5, but I don't know if I need to play it again before GTA 6 comes out. No, probably not, I don't think. You want to see Pengi?
That is fair. For me, I'm looking at... Well, I own Like a Dragon physical, so not really that.
Digimon Survive, right? You're going to play that? God, remember the 2 years of Switch Dave when we were able to listen to him say he was going to play games like Digimon Survive?
I do. I recall.
Yeah, there is that, and I could play it on my Portal. It's a
40-hour visual novel, isn't
it? Pretty much.
That's Digimon.
And weekly, so when I saw the PlayStation Access video doing this, Killer Frequency looks a bit of a me game. It's like a story-driven sort of game that's meant to be about an hour long, so that could be a bit of me. And then on Premium, you got Synapses for PSVR 2, Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen 2, Resistance Fall of Man, and Resistance 2, Davey.
Yeah, but the Resistance games are just cloud games that haven't been haven't been remastered in any way.
No, so you're not going to jump back into a bit of Resistance now through the cloud?
Let them remaster it, and then I'll be back in.
So what about the Blood Omen? Because this month, or this few weeks, Legacy of King fans are eating well with those two and the two Soul Reaver remakes. Or remasters, I should say.
Yeah, if you like that series, I think this is a great time to be around. But I don't mind the Soul Reaver games, but the Blood Omen games look every bit as old as they are, I think. So I think for me personally, that's not something that's going to interest me.
Yeah, but the weird one is Blood Omen 2. That's like, because Legacy of Kain, the first one, didn't play, and now it's like top down and stuff. I don't think I would even go back. Blood Omen 2 I did play, and I thought, I remember that being pretty good. Saw the trailer, this looks rough, but I played it on the original Xbox, and I went and looked at a YouTube video of the original Xbox. It does look better, and it's like, yeah, this is the thing with being PS2 emulation. We're getting the PS2 version. It's like, but the original Xbox version looked so much better than it, and it's like, yeah, a bit of a thing. There's obviously the Soul Reaver games that are getting remastered. What about you, for Craig? Nothing here for you?
No. I'm good there, I think.
Yeah, very good. I heard good things about Synapses, but the problem is the 6 PSVR 2 owners have already played it. So that's a bit of a bad one, isn't it?
Indeed. You can get it with your second one, though, Pengi.
Yeah, and then the 7th, and I could be the 7th person to play it.
But you're also the second, that's the problem.
Yeah. Next one, PS5 Pro Watch. Have I got one yet? No. But what I can tell you is pre-orders were stronger than the PS4 Pro, and the PS5 Pro sold 78,000 in Japan in its first week. That's 13,000 more than the PS4 Pro, and the sales are about the same in North America as the PS4 Pro. Dave, thoughts? Because it's very expensive, especially in Japan when they put the price up. Yeah, it sold 78,000. That's 13,000 more than the PS4 Pro, which in today's money would only be £500, not £700. So
yeah, it's a strange one. I mean, obviously it's very positive for Sony. Yeah, I have no idea why. Final Fantasy is the big showcase game, right? But obviously it's come out already. But maybe I know they're not that fussed on disc-based stuff over there as well, so because they less room, right? So that makes sense. But yeah, it's wild. It's cool. It's one of those. I've watched a lot of videos on Pro this week. I don't know if you've added the news story, but some of the broken patches. It's been a very interesting launch for a console in general. I still can't believe you haven't bought one, but I know that's not any fault of your wallet. That is the fault of Sony, because I think you've been trying quite vehemently.
I've got the 800 quid here, sat here, ready to go.
I know. Like I said, you will incur it for CEX tends to get a lot of these things, but even they only had 2 available online for £170 a piece.
Yeah, they were 130 a few weeks ago.
Yeah, until when they didn't have any, and now it's supply and demand, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's difficult. I personally think you just need to bite the bullet and buy one. And then just at some point the disc drive will become available.
Yeah. But, so do you think here? I've got 2 takes here, and it's a bit with PSVR 2 and a bit of Portal. Do you think everyone that wants one, I know I haven't bought one, will buy a Pro like now, and this 78,000 will be basically it in Japan because everyone wants it? A bit like the PSVR 2. You know, we heard it sold 600,000 or whatever, then we heard nothing since. And or is it going to be like the Portal and it's like the best selling accessory for I know this is a console like every week in North America and word of mouth and stuff. So how do you think it'll go? Do you think it's going to be everyone's got one that wants one and that's it, or will it continue to sell like the Portal?
I think it'll slow down quite dramatically. I think Black Friday is a big console thing in America, so I think the Slim will do really, really well, and that'll be the news articles that you read in 2 weeks' time. Is that the Slim has had like a 10,000 plus increase or whatever. I think the Pro will steadily sell, but I don't think it's going to be. I can't remember how much it was. I think it will still be the same percentage as PS4 Pro to PS4, but it won't be as big a number, as that makes sense. I think
it was 15% of PS4 install base was Pro,
which is why obviously that's like 100 and whatever million. I think it will still be.
If you said 100 million, 15 million as PS4 Pro.
I think it will be a smaller number. So say if there's 70 or 60, 50 million PS5s, I think it will be 7 million Pros. But I think the Pro will sell well because the people that want to buy consoles buy them, and it is expensive, and it's too expensive for me and Craig, for example. But I think me and Craig are all. I'm not going to speak for Craig, but for me personally, if my PS5 broke tomorrow, I would have that conversation with myself. Be like, do I want to pay the extra and get the Pro and get all of the fanciness now I've got a TV that can handle it, or do I just get the Slim and save £200? You don't know, right? But yeah, I think it'll do fine.
Craig, your thoughts?
My thoughts are you just need to buy one so we can stop hearing about this.
We'll hear about it more, Craig, every week.
I'd give a whip round, Pengi, to get the fucking difference with this bastard's disc drive at this point, to be honest with you, mate. Because,
I don't
even get half the messages, I don't think, so, but bloody hell.
The news with the sales figures, sticking with the Pro in its first week, that was the news. Anyway, on other handheld, Spencer confirms an Xbox handheld is happening, but not anytime soon. When's it happening, Dave?
2026.
Okay, why 2026?
Because he said it's not next year. Yeah. And if they don't do it the year after, then what's the point of mentioning it now? But there is an Xbox handheld, Chris, as you know from the new ad campaign. Your phone is an Xbox, and the ROG Ally X is an Xbox. So,
is this podcast an Xbox?
This podcast is being recorded on an Xbox.
Excellent. Weirdly, I got a strange thought, and there's actually I say a strange thought. Do you remember Stadia, Dave?
Yeah, like an old wound that never healed.
Yeah. So back on that, if you were watching, let's say, this podcast, and I don't know if this podcast would work, but you're watching something on YouTube, like Cyberpunk, for instance, you could then jump right into playing Cyberpunk on your Stadia, if you remember that feature.
Yes.
But, like, Xbox should somehow like tie into like YouTube, so it goes to the cloud. So this podcast literally would be an Xbox. So if we were showing footage of Cyberpunk, you could go straight into the Xbox cloud of like, you can tag the game on the thing. You like tag Cyberpunk straight into Cyberpunk. There you go, Xbox. I've done marketing for you, mate. Somehow do a deal with Google and put on your Xbox on YouTube. You're clouding. Copy Stadia.
I think the last thing that Microsoft need to do is copy Stadia, if I'm honest. But
yeah.
Yeah,
but you're saying like, here's a trailer for Indiana Jones, and like, you can play this right away.
I don't disagree, but I think the problem is like Microsoft doesn't own Google, who makes you have YouTube, and again, like they got rid of Mixer, so if they had Mixer, I suppose they could still do that, right? But I mean, I know Craig misses Mixer greatly for all the free shit you used to get, but
Craig, when's that Xbox handheld coming?
I'd almost be tempted to go another year later, like 2027 maybe.
Do you think anyone will care by 2027? Like, serious chat. Do we think the Xbox brand can take not having some new interesting hardware by 2027?
I don't know, because if we've had let's say we've had a Steam Deck 2 and we've had the Switch 2 or something, I don't know. The luster might have gone a bit. I don't know. I think it's just going to launch with the next Xbox, and it's going to be the Series S. It's going to be the handheld.
Yeah, I think that would be the clever move.
Probably what I would go for.
Yeah, I think that.
It's the home console's super powerful. This is the X2, and the handhelds, the Series S thing, makes them completely different. And then developers can't, go, it's underpowered. Well, the Switch is underpowered, the Steam Deck's underpowered, or whatever. It's a handheld. What do you expect? Sort of thing.
They're going to call it the X Deck.
X Deck.
The X Deck port. And you can put it on your TV, Craig.
Yeah, and last news, there's no red line. That's obviously come from that Brazil guy of what could come to PlayStation or Nintendo from Xbox. So what is going to come, Davey? We did speak about Age of Empires last week when that was play tested in the background. So what is going to come, Dave, to your PlayStation or your Nintendo from Xbox?
Everything.
I
think everything will be within, I don't know, it takes a long time to make ports. Within 2 to 3 years, anything that comes out will come out. So, say the next Halo will be on PlayStation, especially if it's got a multiplayer component. The next Gears probably on PlayStation, and I would imagine that any platformy thing, so Forza Motorsport, wouldn't be surprised if that was on PlayStation. Just makes sense. That's their whole strategy. It's more players for them. So yeah, I at this point I think it's a boring conversation to even have, because I just think they're quite honest about it. Like, I just think it's going to be anything that they can put on these consoles that's going to make their money, they will. If Starfield Game of the Year edition is going to make more money than it costs to port, then they will do it. I think is kind of the message now at this point.
Yeah. Personally, that's why I think Halo's gonna be a remake in Unreal Engine, and Gears is now a prequel. So not even like because it's going to PlayStation. Even the whole marketing of this is an Xbox, like my phone or the a PC or the TV, bringing in a whole new audience. If you give that audience Gears 6, and you'd be like, "Who's Kate? Why is she the Locust Queen or whatever?" and that start from scratch with a prequel. I don't know what you go after a prequel. Do you make a remake of Gears 1? I don't know. But
you do the Marcus Phoenix collection, don't you, Craig? And then put that on all 3 of them, and then put them all on PC, which they again it's made in Windows. That shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah.
I think the prequel could be its own standalone thing as well. I don't think everything needs to have endless sequels and carry-ons.
If you're going to go on PlayStation, you need to act like a PlayStation, Craigo. So everything does need to be remastered.
Yeah, I guess that also ties into your handheld of the Switch 2 is powerful enough to run Gears E-Day.
Mm-hmm.
You've already got Gears E-Day on a handheld, and you've obviously already got it on Steam Deck. It's the Xbox handheld's now here. Well, I've already got it on the Steam Deck.
The Master Chief Collection will be one of the if we're going to do crazy predictions, the Master Chief Collection will be one of the first 2 or 3 games to the new Switch, 100% from Microsoft. There'll be a new Banjo-Kazooie game. Will be the one, the one that everyone knows is happening, and then it will be probably Master Chief Collection, maybe Rare Replay first, but it'll be that type of thing where the walls have crumbled down. There's no need for them if their strategy is that is their strategy, right? So, yeah.
And that is the news.
Wonderful, Pengi. We're going to go into our what you've been buying, what you've been playing shenanigans before we do the Game Award. So let's give Pengle's little voice a rest. Craigo, what have you bought? What have you played in the last 9 or 10 days?
On the PlayStation, obviously the Astrobot speedrunning thing, and then just some more Metaphor ReFantazio, which I think I'm now 28 or 29 hours in. I'm nearly done. I've pretty much done the second town that you go to. I've done the main dungeon. I've done the main dungeon with 2 days to go, and then they're like, there's a roadblock, which means we can't go to the next one until you finish your days. So I was okay. I'll spend my last couple of days doing some shenanigans. So I think I've got literally one more night, and then I'll have all the big story beats of why we're moving and all of that good stuff. So I'm still quite enjoying that. I'm very much enjoying this the archetype system, which is the job system from every other RPG. Actually, because a very good job of making you switch between them all a lot. It has dungeons, and every time you can go into these dungeons, whether they're main ones or side dungeons, you can go see an informant, and the informant will tell you, there's these sorts of enemies in here, and they're weak to this, but they're also strong in this. And sometimes it will literally just say to you, you should use this archetype, or these 3 archetypes. So it's actually quite nice. It does mean that you're constantly chopping and changing them, as opposed to just being these are my 4 characters, these are the 4 ones I like, these are the 4 I'm going to use for the whole game. So you're kind of I'm going to go in here. The merchant archetype apparently is good against these enemies. I haven't used that at all yet. Let's make one of the characters a merchant and go from there. So I'm quite enjoying that. And they kind of each one then has many upgrades. So even if you max out the first one, if you do some of the social links or some other stuff, you can then kind of move on to the next one. I had my main character playing as healer for quite a long time, and he's now maxed out. That's level 20. But if I think I've got to do one more social link with a character, and then I unlock the cleric, which is the second part of the healer class. So I'm kind of looking forward to unlocking that and trying out and see what new abilities you get as the classes keep going on with that. So I'm very much enjoying that part of the game massively. And then on Xbox, we've been playing some more Call of Duty, right, Davey?
Mm-hmm.
Did add some more maps and shenanigans. And basically this is season 1, which it does seem crazy they're already adding maps. The game's barely been out it feels like it's been out 2 weeks, and we've already got quite a lot of new maps.
Mm-hmm. Content.
There was quite a lot of maps to start with, in fairness. And the ones, I feel like it's added quite a few, because I was playing the other even after you went off, Davey, and I was I had 2 or 3 more that I'd never seen before. A lot of them tend to be quite small again. One of them is it's like Nuketown, but without anything in it. It's like half the size of Nuketown, I feel, Dave. So I don't know if you've played that one yet, but
I have.
Yeah, it's chaos, absolute chaos. If you can make it more than 5 steps out your spawn, then you've done well, basically. So yeah, enjoying that, and like I say, it's crazy that we're already getting more maps of that game. And I have now done the campaign, boys.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Done my veteran playthrough. Not too bad on veteran, actually. Not too bad at all. And this is my 14th Call of Duty veteran run that I've done, boys. Which is
Huge.
when I thought to count them on true achievements, I did not think I would be getting to 14. That was kind of a god. There's a lot of Call of Duty games, isn't there? There's a moment I had.
How many are you missing though? You must be still missing about 3 or 4.
No, more than that. I saw the other than like the early ones, which is like 1, 2, 3, which I haven't got obviously. I've not got the Modern Warfare 2 reboot, so like not the last one, but the one before that.
Yeah.
Because that's not on Game Pass yet. And then there's like a little swizzy. You can see exactly where I kind of lost completely interest and stopped altogether. Because there's like a little span where it was like Infinity Warfare, Vanguard, World War 2, and something else that came out around there where I have none of those ones basically. So that's what I'm missing. But I will, hopefully, as they slowly add them to Game Pass, I can keep chipping them off. Because yeah, it's a really good COD campaign actually, boys. Really good. The second to last mission is fantastic. It's awesome. Like I said, I did enjoy the zombie one. I enjoyed the heisty one as well, and the casino. So yeah, it's very much a COD campaign that I'd say is worth playing. Because yeah, it's much better than that Modern Warfare 3 one that I played that I ranted and raved at how crap it was. So yeah, I would definitely recommend giving this a go. Like I said, it's not too bad on veteran either. And then the last thing I've been playing, which was a pickup, it's a digital pickup, Pengi.
Ooh.
Yeah, was Neva, which I got on the Xbox. £16. But I did have of the old Xbox rewards, the Game Pass reward, whatever it's called. I did have a tenner's worth of them.
Nice.
So I did claim that. Although that was a bit of a faff, I'll be honest, boys, because it turns out I didn't have my phone account, my phone linked to my Microsoft account, so it wanted me to scan a QR code, but then obviously I couldn't because it wasn't linked, and then I had to sign into about 20 different emails, it felt like, and put in 10 different codes, and I was like, I just want to just give me my £10 reward, please, it shouldn't be this complicated. What's the world coming to? So yeah, once I eventually went through that faff, I did manage to buy it, and I've beaten it now, because it's not too long. It's probably about 2.5, 3 hours long.
I'm still yet to start mine, but it's soon.
Yeah. I remember I've done a little bit of achievement hunting. I'm missing 4 achievements now, I think.
Nice.
So not too far away. One of them is the collectible one, the flower one, and then there's some like level specific ones that I'm missing as well. But the game's really good. It's kind of weird because I played Gris not that long ago. So I've got straight from that pretty much like a month or so later I'm playing this, and it is very similar. You can definitely tell it's made by the same people, because it does borrow a lot from that game. It has like a structure of you go through the seasons, which is quite cool, because they're obviously quite different, and they changed up the colour palette quite nicely. The actual little dog, wolf, deer thing that you have, neighbour, is adorable. It's great. You'll love it. You'll want to cherish it. Even like you'll go past water guys, and it even like it starts drinking the water, and you're like, oh, that's spot on. Spot on.
Right.
And even seeing it like grow throughout the seasons, it starts off as a little babby, and then it gets bigger and bigger. Becomes more and more useful as well. It's not using in combat and shit after a while. So yeah, it's very good. I don't know if I like it as much as Gris, I'll be honest with you. I feel like I might like that a little bit more. Just because I feel like the puzzle elements of Gris were quite good. Whereas this has kind of got like, it does have combat, but the combat is like, it's serviceable, it's not like spectacular in any way. So it can be a little bit finicky as well, because you have the shortest dagger in the world. It's like you're trying to stab someone with a pencil, right? So you've got to get up close.
I've seen the Batman. I've seen Batman there.
You got to get up close. But if you touch the enemies, it does damage to you as well as if they hit you. So it's like this constant dance of getting close to them with this tiny little dagger, sort of thing. And yeah, but you can't get too close because if you touch them, then it does damage as well. You can only get hit 3 times, and then you're deaded. So it can be a little bit finicky. It does have some platforming as well, and the platform again is probably better than serviceable, but it's not like it's not like you're playing Celeste or anything, obviously. So yeah, I very much liked it. I'm gonna get the completion on Xbox. I don't know if I like it quite as much as I like Gris, because I don't know if it's just like that was the first, because they're all quite similar. I don't know if it's just because that was like the first time I played this sort of game from them.
Yeah, see, I haven't played Gris
since
it was a timed exclusive on the Switch, so I feel that's a long time ago now.
Yeah.
So it might feel.
Like I said, even the collectibles, I'm like, this is exactly the same collectibles I was getting on Gris. Like, and there's even like you'll be doing the like, even like the architecture in the background, everything looks very similar. Like, oh, okay. But yeah, shouldn't take me long to mop up the last few collectibles. There is chapter select as well, and it looks like it even breaks down the chapters into smaller checkpoints as well, which is quite nice. So yeah, probably another session or two, and I'll have the completion done on that. And that is it from me, boys.
Nice, Craig. Nice. Well. We'll do me next, why not? So on the Xbox, I've done a lot actually. There's been a couple of videos I've put up on the channel. I finished GTA 4, which I really enjoyed. I think it's the first GTA I finished since Vice City. There's a whole video you can watch.
How many GTAs have you finished then compared to Craig's 14 CODs?
1, 2 London, 3 Vice City, 4. I haven't done San Andreas, I haven't done 5, and I haven't done the portable games.
Okay.
Because I like the series. I don't know why San Andreas I always just got bored, and same with 5, really. But yeah, I really enjoyed 4. I kind of hope they do some sort of remaster of it at some point, or just like a port like they did with Red Dead, so you can play it on PS5. Because it is really good, and I think just a little bit of touching up, and I think it could be a really fun game still. But yeah, GTA. I also started and finished Batman Arkham Asylum, which again, as I've talked about on my video for that, is me and Craig for some reason both have completed Arkham Knight and not done any of the other ones.
Mental.
But yeah, I went back and did Arkham Asylum. Really good game. Chris, you'd be shocked to hear.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's about 6 hours. And I said,
that seems really short from what I remember.
Yeah, it's not long. Like I said, because I was like, am I missing something? I missed like 2 upgrades. Like that's all the experience I needed, and like I've got more than 50% of the Riddler trophies, and I wasn't really looking for them. So I was like, it's a pretty short game. Like I think the platinum's like maybe 8 or 10 hours. Because it's quite small, like physically quite small. It's like Arkham Asylum itself isn't huge compared to Arkham City or Gotham City in the other games. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Just something, sometimes you just want to play a game that is completely manageable within a couple of days, and it was that kind of game, and the voice acting's great. And again, I've done a video, it's on the channel, so check it out. But yeah, really enjoyed that. More COD with Craigo. Actually, Craigo, Chloe had a monster the other day, so I used the ring pull code, and I am now the proud owner of a Monster Energy sniper skin on
nice
Black Ops 4 or Black Ops 6. Sorry, so that's and they've got 15 minutes for a 2 XP bonus. We move. Play quite a lot of Forza Motorsport as well. Just getting through some achievements. I still feel torn in that game. I still think it looks terrible on Series S. In EVA mode, and it's quite a monotonous game. So I was saying this to Pengi the other day that I'm really hankering to go back to Gran Turismo. So I'm kind of hoping that goes on sale at some point with this Black Friday sale, because I think digitally get that. And I need a racing game, and I've kind of finished all the ones that are out because there hasn't been any for a while, and it's like Test Drive wasn't very good, and the Crew Motorfest was kind of bland.
Some patches recently. It's
better than
it was.
Yeah, it needs to drop to like £10 because it's Nacon as well. Who made the WRC games I played. But yeah, so I'm kind of like, I'm waiting for. I kind of want another racing game. So I'm like, Wreckfest 2 isn't for another little while. So hopefully GT7 goes on sale, so I can jump on that. And then the only other thing I played was there was a free weekend for EA College football, so I just sat here for 2 hours and got like half of the achievements because I've played like 15 hours of it on PS5. So when the hapless lunchtime Brits were trying to play it, I was just murdering them, Craigo, to be honest with you. So good stuff, great game. Nothing on Switch, you'll be shocked to hear, God rest it. And PlayStation 5, so my one pickup, I bought Dragon Age Veilguard. I'm 3 hours in, and as we're going to talk about later, I have no idea why this isn't nominated for something, because it's fun as hell, Craigo. Fun as hell. It's a lot less PC game compared to Inquisition, and it's more open and vibrant than 2. It feels actually very similar, Craigo, to Hogwarts Legacy. Very similar feeling game. I don't really know how to describe it any other way, but it does feel very much like Hogwarts Legacy. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it at the moment, and I've been playing it today. I'm going to play some more the weekend. I'm really looking forward to playing it. Really good game, and I highly recommend it. More college football on PS5 as well, and I don't think, Pengi, I've played anything else on PS5. I'm just trying to have a think. I don't think so. I've got quite a lot of stuff I want to do, but we'll talk about that when I actually do it. But yeah, I have had to sneak back to the PS5 to play some games at just better resolutions, because I've got a nice TVs now for the first time ever. Nice monitor and a nice TV. So I'm kind of like, oh, 4K. Oh, this is what 4K looks like. Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, HDR. That's pretty sexy. Yeah, I suppose actually the other game I played, Wheel of Fortune. Four trophies away from the completion.
What about Stranding of Death?
Death Stranding. I played that on Xbox. This is why you're here, Pengi. Yes, I've been playing Death Stranding. I am in chapter 3. I think I've got about 6 hours. It's fucking weird, Craig. It's no other way to describe it. It's weird. It's like you know, you when you were like a teenager and you'd accidentally watch like a ridiculously like random movie or like horror movie, and then you want to look away, but you also want to know what happens next. That is Death Stranding, because it's weird, and I'm like, I don't really get why it's so weird, but do I want to know what's going on? Yeah, I do want to know what's going on, so I'll keep playing. Like the main like gameplay is, it's a postal service, I suppose, is the best way to describe it, and that's fine. They put nice music on when you run around the ship, but it's mostly cutscene so far. Which I know is
it's a Kojima game.
I know it's a Kojima thing, but it's quite weirdly like engaging. I'm kind of like, I want to know what's going on with Norman Reedus and all these other random celebrities. Like, what's Mads Mikkelsen's deal? What's Troy Baker doing? Why is Conan O'Brien in this? What's going on? But yeah, it's one of those for £17 on Xbox, and I think it's on Plus Extra on PlayStation. I do recommend playing it. I watched a video from, I think it was Xbox Era, that were like, right, before you give up, get to chapter 5. Once you get to chapter 5, if you still don't enjoy it, like, stop playing. So I am enjoying it at the minute, and I'm going to get to chapter 5, and then like if I'm still enjoying it, finish it, I think. But
I think chapter 5 is where you may get on a boat and then go somewhere else in the States with Fragile.
Nice.
I think, off the top of my head.
Nice. Well, I've got a video ready to go up on the channel about my first impressions, and I will put that up at some point, probably this week. That I recorded when I was streaming it the other day. But yeah, it's good. It's good on Series S as well. It's 4K. It's 4K. It's like 1880p 60, 1440p 60. Sorry. Looks fantastic. One of the best looking games I've played on S. So yeah, Death Stranding, Craigo. Weird. Very weird. So Pengi.
Yes.
What have you bought and played, my boy?
So one is a pickup and a played is Lego Horizons Adventure on PS5. I've only done the first chapter of it. It is very much from the first chapter. I think the reviews are sort of right. It is very much this is a 7 out of 10 sort of video game. You know, does nothing wrong, does nothing amazing. Some of the cutscenes are kind of funny. And they got all the old cast, back and stuff. So Ashley Birch, now she's trying to sort of be funny, does go a bit Tiny Tina, then Aloy, sort of thing. But yeah, from the first chapter, it's it's what it sort of is. Like I said, I played worse this year, and I've played back. I can see it going like bang in the middle of my ranking of games finished this year. And the only reason why I've only done one chapter is because I've now played 35 hours of Dragon Age Veilguard.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I have done basically all the companion missions. I haven't got all the trophies yet because there's like weird little like after doing the mission like cutscenes and stuff, and that's where the trophy pops. So I got them to do 2 characters, and then 1 character. I've got to do nearly all the side quests in this inner city to be able to unlock his last mission, which I will do because I will get all the all 7 companions least done thing. There is factions as well, and like doing side quests in certain regions ups your faction score, and you got to get to 3 stars, and then there's like the trophy for that as well. I don't think I'm going to go for that thing. I don't know how many, like, because I got one of them like done, and I feel I only did like 2 or 3 quests in there, but like one in the region that's got a lot of quests in it, so I don't know how it's like weighted and stuff like that thing. And then on the main quest, I'm on chapter 11, and at the end of chapter 11 is like the no-going back point, so I guess that's why I've had all the companion quests so far, just before the game sort of is going to start wrapping up with the last few chapters and things like that. It's really good. The combat's great. I'm playing as a mage, but I've got it where you got like the dagger and the orb and stuff, not a staff. So like I got like a magical dagger and things like that. So I'm still like hopping around the battlefield, like stabbing people with like fire damage and things like that. So yeah, the combat is great. It's really pretty game. Even playing in 60 frames mode. Some of the, like certain points where you go to. I went to like a snowy mountain and how it pulled back and stuff, and I was like, this is actually really good. Main quest is, really, like the story and all the like companion quests have been really good as well. They've sort of thing. Some of the side quests are pretty generic. It's just like go here, get so and so, and things like that. That's why I don't think I'm going to go for the faction trophies, just because there's a few of those like boring sort of side quests that games have. So I don't know how many more hours are gonna how many more hours I will play of this, because like I said, I got all the side quests I want to do in a certain region, so I can get the last companion quest. I think that's a good couple hours, and even an hour of chapter 11. So that's another 40. So I think I'm going to pass 40 hours most probably in Dragon Age Veilguard. So it is a chunky game, I think. But yeah, obviously I've not looked at all the Game Awards stuff thing. But yeah, I'm surprised even you're saying David's not up for a lot, because I thought it would have been. Because critically it did quite well, I think. But now it says on like 81, 82, isn't it? So there is game, there's only low 8s. But yeah. I feel that feels really like low from what I've played for this. I would have gone like high 8s, low 9s from what I've played. Unless it gets really bad in like the last 2 or 3 chapters of Warful or something, where it locks you in, but you can't go free roaming because, there's no point of return after chapter 11, maybe. That's something I don't know.
Yeah, it's a really strange one, because like I said, we kind of, when we pre-chatted, and we're obviously going to talk about the Game Awards in a minute, like I genuinely don't get it. Like, it's, from what I've played so far, I'm like, well, this seems like a pretty enjoyable, well-made game. Like, I'm not encountering any issues with performance or any issues with, like, the characters haven't annoyed me. They're quite well written. I like the dialogue trees. Like, the combat is so great. The combat is so good. I'm playing a warrior. The first move they give you is a missile drop kick, and then your first ultimate you get is like a load of moves that ends with an elbow drop. And I love it. It's stupid. Like, I've also got a shield that I can throw, like Captain America, that comes back, and I've got the upgrade for that, and I can like throw it, it comes back, then I can like parry into like another move. It's just fun. Like, it's a fun ass combat system. Yeah, I'm fully with you, Pengi. I don't understand. But
if Craig likes little weird deers in Nether, he'll love Asan and maybe even Manfred in Dragon Age. So yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of the whole Game Awards thing is it got the Forza Horizon 5 bullshit of like, oh, it came out.
You'd think, but it has been nominated.
Forza Horizon 5, I just
thing.
looked, was November 1st apparently, and this was what, October 30th. This came out.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
But it has been nominated though.
So bullshit. It's kind of in this year, but not in this year. But it won't be in next year, so it just lives in limbo, basically.
Yeah, I thought they were saying, like, because remember Star Wars still got nominated for something last year, didn't it? Yeah. Even though it missed the year before, even though people were saying it should have been in. I think it was Star Wars, wasn't it? Jedi.
Yeah. But Dragon Age is literally in for, like, accessibility. So, like...
Yeah, but Forza Horizon 5 was as well, wasn't it? It was in for some, but then it was like, oh no, it's not in for others, because, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but what I've played so far is, very, very good. And I think it is going to be high on my Game of the Year list, unless something goes terrible in the last few chapters. So yeah, absolutely. And that's it. I've played like 2 games, and I played 35 hours of one of them. So
love it.
Yeah.
So that takes us nicely, as I'm trying to get this website to work, onto the Game of the Year. Right, what categories have we got? Right, here we go. So we're gonna. The only way I can do it is by doing my actual vote on here. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's go. Let's switch with the power of a grey skull, Krieger. There we go. So Pengi, am I going through this, or do you want me to go through it because I've got it physically in front of me?
Yeah, but hopefully we're all on most anticipated game.
Yeah. So most anticipated game. We have got the following choices, Craig. Are you ready to make some notes?
Yeah, I've got it all set up.
Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yotai, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds. So are we doing what we want or what we think will win?
What we think is what we always
do. What we think.
Okay, Craigo, what do you think is going to win?
This is the only one I just written down whilst we were talking. GTA 6.
GTA 6 will win.
As the viewers can see, I've picked GTA 6.
So I picked Monster Hunter Wilds because that's my most anticipated. But
yes. So am I right in thinking adaptations next, Pengi?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work. Blah 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 blah. Arcane. Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon Yakuza, Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. Craigo.
Well, it definitely might be Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, because apparently that's bloody awful.
Yeah, not ideal. Same with Knuckles. Knuckles isn't good either.
Yeah, and I can't imagine it's going to be Like a Dragon. It's either going to be Fallout or Arcane. And my head says it'd be Arcane because I know people like that, but I do feel like that's come out quite close to voting. So would everyone have seen it? I'm going to go Fallout.
Pengi.
I'm personally going Fallout, but it will be Arcane.
I'm also going Fallout because I think it will be Fallout.
Nah, people love Ark.
No, Jeff.
Yeah, well, I don't know if people are going to watch it.
Jeff,
I haven't watched it yet.
Jeff wants to get the celebrities on the show. It'll be Fallout.
Yeah, we say that, but you can have, is it Hayley Stuck? No, because Ella, whatever thing, is in Arcane.
She's in both, but the dude that plays the ghoul, he's a bigger actor than most of them, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just saying. So, best multiplayer. There's some rogue ones in here, Craig. Are you ready? Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. They must have missed Concord, Pengi. Craigo, what do you think is going to win best multiplayer?
Oh, I feel like it's either going to be COD or Helldivers. I don't think any of the other three have got a chance in Hell, personally. And I guess for the sorts of people that will be, I guess it'd be Helldivers.
Pengi.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Helldivers.
I'm going Helldivers.
I think it's gonna be Call of Duty. So that's the first time we've had something different, boys. So we got trying to make it fun for us.
No, we got something different than the one before.
Oh yeah, I'm just not paying any attention. Right, here's a category I'm going to complain about: Best Sports and Racing. Formula 1 2024, EA Sports FC 25, NBA 2K25, Top Spin 2K25, and WWE 2K24. Where is NCAA college football, Pengi?
That was one. I hadn't seen this. That is what I would have gone for, was winning this. And now I'm like, I have no idea what's winning this. I'm going to say F1 24 because I don't really know if any of the others are actually any good. And I've heard okay things about that. And the only reason I know about that as well because obviously all the PS5 Pro stuff of it. Otherwise, I've got not Scooby-Doo, really.
Craigo.
Yeah, it's such a random category this year. I mean, I can't imagine it's the NBA, Top Spin, or WWE. I'm just gonna go F1 as well, just out of they tend to review well, right? I think.
I'm gonna go WWE because Kind of Funny is one of the people that vote on it.
Yeah. And then you can get Xavier Woods or something upstage to collect the award. Yeah.
Get Bret the Hitman Hart. Best sim and strategy. This is certainly a Craig category. We've got Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Konutsugami Path of the Goddess, Mana Lords, and Unicorn Overlord, which I forgot came out this year. Craig.
Well, this is tough because I don't think Path of the Goddess or Mana Lords wins this, but I can see any of the other three winning it. I mean, Unicorn Overlord reviewed really well, didn't it? But I haven't had anyone mention that game since it's come out. Not even Penguins, and he bought it.
No.
So that makes you think, does that win it? And then it's like, if it's Asian Mythology or Frostpunk 2. I mean, people really like Frostpunk 2, don't they? But then I feel like Asian Mythology's done pretty. I'm gonna go Asian Mythology. Fuck it.
Pengi.
Frostpunk 2, please. PC game wins PC ass award.
That's why I'm going for Mana Lords.
Okay.
Best Family Award. Traditionally the Nintendo Award. I don't think so this time. So we've got Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire. Craigo.
Well, I've already written Astrobot as you were talking, so that's that over for me.
Pengi.
Astrobot.
Full House.
I think his only competition is Zelda.
Yeah, I think if Plucky Squire had come out and been actually really good, then I think maybe. But
it's like, I like Princess Peach, but really, you're telling me it's at the worst, the fifth best family game this year, or the fifth? Yeah, it's got to be better than that, surely.
You'd think, but this is the Keeleys. So, best fighting game: Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy vs Rising, Marvel vs Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, which is a compilation of old games. So how the hell has that got in here?
Anything is allowed now.
Fucking hell. Multiverse.
I think there just wasn't enough fighting games for them to get the 5, maybe.
Multiverses, which came out last year or the year before, and Tekken 8.
I've already written Tekken 8, boys, I'll be honest.
Pengi?
It's Tekken 8.
I'm going for Dragon Ball.
Mm.
That game did really well and has been very popular. And Toriyama did pass away this year.
Yeah.
So.
But it should be the best game, surely.
This is the Game Awards. Nothing is about the best game, Pengi. So, here's another thing that pissed me off. Best RPG. Dragon's Dogma 2.
Which is not a good game.
No.
Let's be honest.
Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, which is an expansion that you need the base game to play, that came out 4 years ago.
2 years ago.
There you go. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor Re Fantasio. Craigo.
Oh, this sucks, doesn't it?
It really
looking
does.
at this.
This has got 3 of the Game of the Year nominees on it, so great year for RPGs, I guess.
This really sucks. I mean, Dragon's Dogma better not win because it's not a good game, is it? We all agree on that. I'm gonna be very annoyed if Elden Ring wins this. To be honest, I'm annoyed that it's even there. But if it wins it, I'm not gonna say. I don't even like will it into existence in any way, shape, or form. As much as I think Like a Dragon should win, because I actually think it's a better game than Metaphor ReFantazio. I don't think it will, obviously. Which is a shame because it's brilliant. So it's either Metaphor or Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy Rebirth is a weird game, isn't it? Because it's reviewed ridiculously well.
It's like the second highest rated game of the year.
Yeah, like whenever anyone talks about it, there's either caveats or I feel like they're just Dave and just didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not like had like it's weird because it's just like 92 or 93, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But like the way people talk about it is like it's not like it's 92 or 93 game at all. I'm gonna go Metaphor ReFantazio.
Pengi?
I'm going for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Nice. Yeah. So my whole thing with Final Fantasy is like I agree with Craig. Like the people that talk about Like a Dragon and Metaphor love it. Like they cannot tell you more about it. They're like, oh my god, it's this, you got to play it, this is. Whereas like Final Fantasy VII is always like, yeah, it doesn't run very well, and it's kind of
run very well.
It's kind of ugly, and like
it
doesn't finish the story, and we have loads of questions.
Ubisoft game,
like
right?
It's like we kind of have questions, and like I said, I played it, was like I just didn't enjoy the game. I like loved the cutscenes and the story, but like I was like, this is boring as fuck. But for me,
but Dave, those like last 3 hours of that game are like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I know. I mean, for me, I think Final Fantasy is going to win. I hope that Like a Dragon or Metaphor do, but I'm going to vote for Final Fantasy. And Dragon Age should have made it over Dragon's Dogma every day of every week. And I would argue that Paper Mario should have made it over Shadow of the Erdtree, but there we go.
Yeah, see, I would have put Dragon Age in instead of Shadow Erdtree. Even though Dogma's mostly a worse game than Shadow Erdtree thing, but at least it's a 2020. Yeah, it's a new.
I'm glad that we're all on the same page with this shenanigans. Best action adventure. Now, this first game I wouldn't have classed as action adventure, but I'm guessing there isn't a specific platformer.
No.
Things. We've got Astrobot, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2 action adventure,
survival horror.
Star Wars Outlaws.
How is that here?
So Dragon Age, not an RPG, didn't make it, an action adventure didn't make it, but Star Wars Outlaws has made it, Craig A. And The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Craig Warren.
These games are all 5 different genres. You've got a platformer, a Metroidvania, a survival horror, and Ubisoft open world, and a Zelda game.
It's wild.
Yeah, there's not really a pattern here, is there? It's a bit of a shame because I feel like there's stuff like, I did have my issues with Silent Hill 2, but it would have been nice to see it maybe win something. Same with Prince of Persia, because that is a really good game in fairness to it. I'm surprised that not been nominated for more things actually. Now that I think about that, I mean, I guess it's just going to be Astrobot, right? That's a logical thing to assume right now. I don't really see how it's an action adventure game, but I think if you're just ignoring the category and going, right, here's 5 games, pick one, you're just going to pick Astrobot, aren't you? So yeah, I'm going Astrobot.
Pengi?
I'm also going Astrobot.
So I'm not going to go Astrobot because I like to be different. I'm going for Prince of Persia because I think it's going to get a lot of votes just to be like, fuck you, Ubisoft. Because that's the type of thing that the people that vote on this will do. So I think it will get a pity win, but it's supposed to be a great game. It's currently £17 to buy on disc, so buy it. Support the devs that are now jobless. Best action game, not to be confused with action adventure game. Craig, we have got Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
So we've got Souls-like and a first-person shooter.
Right, Helldivers 2.
A third-person shooter.
Third-person multiplayer shooter. Stellar Blade.
I guess a Souls-like.
And Space Marine 2.
A third-person shooter.
Craig.
Yeah, yeah. Once again, I'm struggling with how we've ended up with these 5, with that name and that description. I guess. Don't know, because normally there's a From game in this every year, isn't there? And you just pick whatever the From game is, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the meta for picking this category. But there isn't one. I mean, I guess it's because Black Myth Wukong. I guess. I've already said Hellblade for something. Hellblade, Dive, don't lie, for most multiplayer. Yes, I have. Yeah, I'm just going Black Myth Wukong.
Pengi?
Personally, I'm going to Stellar Blade, but I'm using logic here. Black Myth Wukong is up for Game of the Year, so surely it's going to be the best action game, because it'd be stupid, wouldn't it, if it, COD, let's say, won best action, but it's not up for Game for the Year, but Black Myth is the 6th best game of the year, so Black Myth.
I also think Black Myth Wukong will win this. I hope Space Wing does, but
because they didn't review. It's a bit like Stellar Blade. That's only like the 80s, only the 80 odds and stuff. I know it's sold ridiculously well, but it's not the general public sales stuff. Gets you there. It's the critics in there, and they didn't review it that well. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it might suffer from the Hogwarts Legacy stuff of like games media don't want to put it on a pedestal because they don't agree with something or something else. But again, games media, we could do a whole thing about pointless it is. Right, the Chris Pengelly Award for Best VR and AR, Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening. Pengi?
I'm confused. Didn't Asgard's Wrath 2 come out like 2 years ago?
I also thought that Asgard's Wrath 2 came out 2 years ago.
I know they got the shit. I don't get that one at all. Yes, Batman, considering it's reviewed pretty well.
Craig?
And it's Batman.
So Asgard Draft 2 came out on the 15th of December 2023, so I guess that does weird, twisted, stupid logic that we're using. I guess it makes sense that it's there, right?
Yeah.
How we've had to get to the point where we're saying that makes sense. I mean, obviously, I'm not the Save Slot 3 VR expert here, boys.
But Asgard's Wrath 2 is like one of the highest rated
I'd have
VR
to
games
rely
of all
on YouTube for that. I'm just go Asgard's Wrath 2, even though I feel like it probably won't because it's going to get fucked over by the weird twisted logic of the shit.
Yeah, I'm going to go Batman. Best mobile game, AFK Journey, Balatro, a Pokemon trading card game, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. Craigo.
Right, I just have to frantically add that because I don't know if we're going to do it. Right.
We have to do it because one of these games is nominated for Game of the Year, Craigo.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go for whatever that is. What was it, Balatro?
Balatro.
Yeah, well, see, I feel like it's even going to be out with the Pokemon game, right? But I'll go Balatro.
Pengi.
See, I should use my same logic as I used for Black Myth, because that was Balatro is the 6th worst game of the year, or 6th best game of the year, I should say. So should win this category, but it won't. The Zenless Zone Zero win this year because it's Hoververse, and who gives Jess a lot of money on this from ads and stuff? And who did these people vote for? So Zenless Zone Zero.
Nice. I mean, in my heart of heart, I want it to be Pokemon trading card game, but
I think that's too new as well.
It's going to be Balatro. Best debut indie game. Well, this is going to be a similar story. Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire. Craigo.
I mean, I do like The Plucky Squire. I did enjoy that a lot. I did not enjoy Animal Well a lot, if you boys remember.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's either Animal Well or Balatro, right? I don't think the other three have much of a chance. I'm just going to say Balatro again.
Pengi?
Balatro.
Also Balatro for me. Best independent game. Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Never, and UFO 50.
Am I just writing Balatro again for all of us? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's just say that, shall we? Let's just do that way.
Best community support, Craigo. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. Just want to say, one of these developers upset their entire community this year, but still made it to top 5.
Yeah, I mean, the safe bet, doesn't Fortnite always win this, I feel?
I usually pass out by the time we get to this on the Game Awards, if I'm honest with you.
I feel like Fortnite does done a lot of cool shit, but then Baldur's Gate 3 is there.
I don't know what they've added to the game, though.
Don't people just like their Twitter account? Isn't that what people like?
Because if it's game updates, it should be No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
But it will probably be Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
They've added new endings and stuff, though, didn't they? I think.
Neither of us have actually bothered to finish it, Pengi. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't feel like Helldivers 2, because I feel like that had its peak early and then kind of.
Well, they upset them, didn't they, by adding the bloody Sony login stuff on PC? There was a big scandal about it. So like, no one seems to give a toss about Dawn Trail as well. Like that came and went. But Baldur's Gate 3 does have a PS5 Pro patch, Pengi, which I know is a big swinger for you.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna say Baldur's Gate 3.
Pengi.
From what I've seen from the outside, I would like it to be Hello Games, because that actually looks like a really good thing, but it was going to be Baldur's Gate 3, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I've also gone for. So, best ongoing game. Not to be confused with best community support, Craigo. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. I feel like this could have been Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtrees thing, the one thing it should have been nominated for.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think, I don't know. People are going to push for Helldivers 2, but again, I'm still not even giving us guys a reason to go back to it, has there? No. Diablo's expansion was good. People did like Destiny's last expansion in there. I'm just going to go Fortnite. I'm going to go the Fortnite rule of Fortnite.
Pengi?
I'm going to go for Destiny 2. People love that final shape.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Helldivers 2, I think. Right. Games for Impact, the Chris Pengelly Award. We've got Closer the Distance, Indica, Never, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Craigo.
Oh, we've got
and Tales of Kinzara.
Oh, they added an extra one. Tales of Kinzara to Sal. Sorry, I didn't see that.
No, I just realised that's weird, isn't it? Well, I don't know what Closer the Distance is, so I'm not going to go for that. Indica, I'm not going for. The people didn't even like Life is Strange, did they?
No, I'm a big Life is Strange fan. It's my most disappointing game of the year at the moment.
I don't really know what the pro-social media neighbour is either. I feel like it's either Tales of Kinzara, Zal, or Hellblade. I don't really know what the pro-social media Hellblade is. I'm just going to go Hellblade, because out of the two that I've got left, it's the bigger game.
Pengi?
Hellblade, please.
Hellblade for me as well.
I've played 2 of these. We'll play Never. Tales of Sanzara Zal I could play, it's on Plus. And I do know what the other 2 are as well, Indica and Close to the Distance. Close to the Distance and some weird like Sims type game, as in like The Sims.
Innovation in accessibility. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Prince of Persia the Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws. Craig.
God. So normally, I feel like it's coming back to me now that the meta for this category is pick the Microsoft game, because they tend to do good for accessibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like was it Motorsport last year that won this? I think it might have been, and I think it might have been an Xbox game the year before as well. Oh, but I don't know what any of these guns have come for accessibility. I'm just going to go Black Ops, fuck it. I'm just going to keep that meta going.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go for Dragon Age. Just even when you start that game up, it asks you like 50 different questions about options and that. So I've seen all the options at least with that.
Dragon Age is the most woke, so I'm going for that. Because it's got non-binary and all kinds in it, isn't it? That's accessible, so that's going to win that category.
No, that was best. That's Games for Impact.
So it's all the same. Best performance. We've got blonde chick from Final Fantasy VII. We've got blonde chick from Life is Strange. We've got Hispanic chick from Star Wars. We've got white dude from Silent Hill 2. We've got Scandinavian chick from Senua's Saga. Craigo.
I think it's either going to be Luke Roberts from Silent Hill 2, because he is very good in that, in fairness. Or Melina, whatever the hell her name is, from Hellblade. I'm going to go for the Hellblade chick.
Pengi.
I have also gone for Melania Jurgens.
I will be going for Brianna White.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I would have actually put her. Well, I don't know if the woman from Star Wars Outlaws is actually that great, but I would have actually put Rihanna maybe like near the bottom.
I just whatever in it. Best audio design: Astrobot, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. Craig.
Wow.
There's an obvious answer to this for me, but whether they go for that.
I think it's between two. I think that's between two.
Yeah. The COD audio is very good, in fairness, but COD audio is always very good. Hellblade's whole shtick is its audio, right? Really, and it looks very. I mean, Silent Hill 2's audio is very good as well. I feel like I've said Hellblade 2 for too many things, though. This is the problem. Like, is Hellblade 2 actually going to win? What I'm saying is, I was just say Hellblade, but I'm worried that I've said this too many times now.
Pengi.
I think it's between Hellblade and Silent Hill, and I go for Hellblade because that is its whole thing.
Yeah, I would have been between those two, definitely.
I'm going to go for Astrobot because of the Astrobot song.
No, because that's best. The next category, Dave.
Why is it this? Best score of music: Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Refantasio, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade. Craig.
Oh, I really have no idea here. Absolutely no idea. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to discount Stellar Blade straight away. I don't know why, but I am. Silent Hill 2. I didn't necessarily come away with it going, oh, the music's like banging. But I'm going to discount that as well. I mean, the Astrobot music is good, I guess. People like Final Fantasy music, though, don't they?
They do.
Oh, this is really hard, actually. I don't know. I feel like it's either going to be Final Fantasy or Astrobot. I'm going to say Final Fantasy. I don't think I've said it for anything else yet.
Christopher Pengelly.
Sephiroth. It's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth all day long, surely.
I have to go for Astrobot because of my previous statement.
Yeah, even though I think it is a little bit cheating, isn't it, for Final Fantasy? It's like, oh, it's Tifa's song, it's Aerith's song, it's One Winged Angel, like one of the greatest songs ever in video games. Oh, it's going to win.
Right. I'm you're about to get another rant from Dave, okay? Best art direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artist design and animation, Craig. Bear this in mind for what I'm about to tell you. Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Metaphor Refantasio, and Never. How on God's green earth has Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree been nominated for Best Art Direction? The game is fuck ugly. The art direction is gothic horror, which is the whole... It's not interesting in any way. Like, Silent Hill 2 is more interesting.
I find that really interesting. That's why I...
Creative or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Shadow of Elden Ring. Like, you're joking. They got... it winds me up because it's such a circle jerk for no reason. Like, there's so many games, like Tales of Kenzara Zal, or Prince of Persia, or fucking, I don't know, Space Marine 2. Like, that's such a more interesting, creative and technical achievement. No Man's Sky, if we're going to talk about fucking whatever. If you're going to add downloadable content. Really grinds my gears, Craigo. But what do you think?
What grinds my gears is because this used to be 2 categories. It used to be best art direction and best visuals. I'm pretty sure they combined it into this one, right? So I was thinking there's going to be one category that Hellblade 2 is definitely nominated for, and it's this. And I'm reading this for outstanding creative and/or technical achievement. You look at Hellblade 2 and tell me that's not a technical achievement. And artistic design and animation. You look at the animation. I have no idea how that game is not animated for this.
But Elden Ring DLC has, Craigo, apparently. That uses the
head,
same animations from the old game.
Have you seen Mikolai?
It's so frustrating, isn't it? The game's industry.
It is, because this is the one where I was like, well, Hellblade's definitely going to win this. There's no way anything out of West wins it, and it's not even nominated. I'm like, how? What? Like, I mean, Metaphor Refantasia is not that good looking at a video game. I'm going to be honest with you, boys.
It's just it's an anime game. You can at least you can see it like this Dragon Ball.
You could at least go for artistic design with Metaphor.
Yeah, but like I'd say Infinite Wealth's a better looking game than that.
The menus in Metaphor, different discussion if there was best UI.
UI is good. Yeah.
But I mean, Elden Ring blows. I'm not just trying to say it to be a meme. I genuinely, that blows my mind that has got into best art direction.
Although I feel like the bloody From games always win this. I don't know. I really don't want to say Elden Ring to win anything. You know, I think it might win this. I'm just gonna say Astrobot.
Pengi?
I'm gonna go for Metaphor. Actually,
I'm gonna say never.
Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna let you down. Right, best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Metaphor Refantasio. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. Silent Hill 2. Craig Warren.
Let me just get to it. So, best narrative. But then Hellblade's nominated for this. Like, why is it nominated for this, but not the last one? Make that make sense. Right, I don't think Hellblade's gonna win this. I don't think Infinite Wealth wins it. Much it probably should. Silent Hill 2, I'm going to discount as well. So between Metaphor and... I'm just going to go Final Fantasy. I'm going with Final Fantasy.
I'm going Final Fantasy. Again, a bit with like the school and the thing, and just like we know the story of Final Fantasy, you know the story of Silent Hill 2. It does kind of feel a bit like cheating. And I did really like Hellblade. True story, but yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I'm gonna go for Like a Dragon for Kiru-san.
Yes, Dave. Yes.
Best game direction, The Circle Jerk. Oh, what? So awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
One of these shouldn't really be here.
Outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design, Craig. So we've got Astrobot, which is a platformer. That's just a platformer. We've got Balatro, which is a card roguelite. We've got Black Myth Wukong, which is literally a Souls clone. We've got Elden Ring Shroud the Erdtree, which is DLC for a Souls game. We've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is a remake. And we've got Metaphor Refantasia, which is actually an original game. Craig.
Yeah, this is nonsense, isn't it? Like, I don't know why this award exists. Because I'm pretty sure, because these are just obviously the 6 games that are nominated for Game of the Year. So exactly what's happened. I'm pretty sure exactly the same thing happened last year as well. And you're like, well, what's the point of this category then? Because what's the creative direction that's gone on here?
But didn't actually Alan Wake win this, and obviously didn't win the Game of the Year? Am I wrong?
But you could at least understand that Alan Wake 2 is a game of direction and creativity, can't you? Like, that's the whole point of the game. But Balatro?
Astro Balatro feels the odd one out here.
Even Black Myth Wukong, it's a Souls fucking clone, isn't it?
Mhm.
Like, and I mean, Elden Ring's like Dave said, like it's a DLC. It's not innovating, is it? It's a DLC for a game that came out 2 years ago. I used to Final Fantasy stuff. Yeah, this is nonsense, isn't it? This is absolute nonsense. I'm gonna say Astrobot again. I feel like I've said Astrobot a lot.
Pengi.
Give me Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth.
It upsets me in every fibre of my being, but I agree.
Because do you
guys
know
are probably right.
best game direction? Do you know who's coming up for this? Obviously,
Miyazaki-san.
Miyazaki's coming up and get his award. It should just be best director, shouldn't it, or something? Then you know.
Well, he saves it just when Hideo puts a game out, and then it's like.
So next year when Kojima wins this.
I'm surprised they didn't let him win it this year because they technically put Death Stranding on Xbox.
And they put it on Luna, and they put it on Mac.
Right, so why not? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Right, same games. Final one, Game of the Year. Craig Warren.
Uko Cray.
Well, he's trying to figure out how Balatcho and Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree have made it to Game of the Year.
Yeah, where's Infinite Wealth? Can I just say Infinite Wealth?
I wish you could. I wish you could say almost anything. Then, I mean, I personally think 3 of these would be in a top 6 for me. Maybe Black Myth Wukong. It's not my type of game. But how Balatro and Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree have made this, I don't know. Like, genuinely, like, I'm sure Balatro is great, and I'm sure Shadow of the Earth Tree is great DLC, but how that has made Game of the Year over so many other games is insanity to me. Absolute unbridled insanity.
The only reason I think Balatro is they always like to have an indie, because wasn't Dave the Diver up for Game of the Year last year?
Yeah, and they had...
Even though that was not actually an indie, but
what was the one they had
like
the year before? Was it Stray?
Yeah, something like that.
But
they do like... Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to jump in here. For me, it has to be Astrobot. Like, I borderline riot if it's not Astrobot.
Yeah, I put Astrobot as well.
Thank you.
I'm going Astrobot, and my personal vote is Astrobot as well.
Nice. Well,
I do think it's between... said the thing, I think it's between that and... I want to say Final Fantasy, but...
I don't think Final Fantasy wins. I just don't think... that's such a weird game to me, the way that people look at that. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, it's between... see, an Elden Ring is Elden Ring, but I think... I think the direction one is what it will actually win, because then they can get Matey up on stage. That's what I'm hoping. Because it'd just be really weird if the best game of the year is the expansion. As much as I played Elden Ring this year, and if I was voting like this was voting, it would be my game of the year above Astro. But it came out 2 years ago, so
yeah. I mean, I think if Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree wins Game of the Year, all credibility that Jeff has built up is gone. Because,
but then I guess the problem is it just fault if that's what the jury have voted for?
Yeah, but he changed the rules.
Makes the rules.
Yeah. He can tell you all he wants. He's not the person that decides it all, but he decides quite a bit.
Yeah. I guess he could have said the rules are it has to be a new game that came out in 2024.
Exactly.
And then when Andy Cortez, it kind of funny goes, "Oh, I want Shadow of the Earth Tree." Jess goes, "No, you can't have that."
Exactly, but yeah, that is our predictions. Obviously, we'll come back and hopefully we'll know. Is it 12th of December?
Something like that.
Yeah, so we'll be back then with the results. But that's another week, hour and 43 minutes. Thank you if you made it this far, and we will see you next week.
Bye.